When we make God known, one of the obstacles we might meet is fear. Fear of going out there and sharing the good news with people. So first of all, the first thing I want to say is that you're not alone. A lot of people have fear. When reading through Acts, we can see that fear is something that very naturally can come to us as humans. Remember last week when we talked about relying on the Holy Spirit? This week's topic, overcoming fear. To overcome fear, we need to rely on the Holy Spirit. Let the Holy Spirit guide you and lead you when you go out there. Trust Him, rely on Him more than you rely on yourself. Even the early church had a lot of fear, but they didn't let the fear stop them. They went out there and shared the gospel because they loved God more than they were under their fear. Just know that when you have fear yourself, you're not alone. You're in good company. I have fear. That doesn't mean I shouldn't trust the Spirit to guide me and lead me just because I fear. No. I noticed a lot of times, the more I spend time in the Bible, the easier it is to overcome fear. Know God and love Him, draw near to Him, have a relationship with Him. It will help you with your fears. It will help you, it will motivate you. Spend time in the Bible, read the Bible every single day. It will help you so much. Realize that fear often comes from a wrong view of evangelism. Many people think that evangelism is all about having the right answers. They think it's about winning debates or converting people on the spot. You need to realize that if we go out there and evangelize from pride, we're not going to evangelize for God. We're going to evangelize for ourselves. We are just vessels of God. We just plant seeds. We might water them, but we are not the one that gives the growth. God is the one that gives the growth. I'm just here to say, God, I am here. Use me. So don't be too afraid of going out there and share the word. Learn how to love well. What do I mean by that? Learn how to love people in a way that you don't want to see them in hell. In a way, you can say it this way. Evangelism isn't just about being bold. It's about caring about someone's life. It's about caring about where someone will end up. And again, don't put all the pressure on yourself. I think one of the big reasons why a lot of times when we go out there, we don't dare to evangelize is because of a fear of rejection. What are they going to think if I say this? Or what are they going to think about me? It helps to think about it this way. People aren't rejecting you. They are responding to the message you give them. They're responding to Christ. They're rejecting Christ. Pray for boldness. Pray that God will give you boldness. The Holy Spirit, that's one of the things that the Holy Spirit does. He gives you boldness. That you may go out there despite your fear and to spread the good news and spread the word that we might see heaven crowded. I think this is so important to say as well. Fear is a very normal feeling. Even the people in the Bible felt fear. Even Paul felt fear. But it didn't stop him. He continued to go even though he felt that fear. And so it's the same with me and for you. We feel that fear, but don't let it stop you. Don't let the fear stop you from going out there and share the good news. Because Christ needs to be proclaimed. If you struggle with fear and motivation, I would recommend you read through the book of Acts from beginning to end. You see a lot of people with fear there, but you also see a lot of people overcoming that fear. Man, it's so inspirational to read Acts. Such an amazing book. Jesus died and resurrected. Now Jesus is in heaven and leading and guiding the early church. And that's what we see in Acts. Jesus as king and still guiding the early church. And remember, Jesus is still king. He is king today and he will always be king. Don't forget that. And whatever you think about the president of the United States, we have a king that's even mightier than him. And we should serve our king more than any president in the world. I don't care how good this president is. Our king is better. That's why I like to say, before I'm a citizen of any country, I'm a citizen of heaven, serving my king. Alright, this week's leading question will be, how can I overcome fear? Think about it and talk about it together with one another. Discuss it. What's some good ways to overcome fear? And with that, live bold, speak truth, show love.